That's like that time when we was in Walmart after the presidential election, and that guy came up to you. He was like, "You know, he won," and we're like,
Oh yeah,
"We're shopping for groceries." What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video.
Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. We're super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit the red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 50K. And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Americans who've been to or traveled to Europe, what's something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
I don't know, everything.
Oh.
I've been living here since 2015, and I was brought up in a relatively conservative household, and I was taught that any government that puts a bunch of regulations in place or even leans slightly towards socialism is just evil. Well, that's all bullshit. Regulations help keep people from dying. Like controlling who the fuck can have a gun. What kind of chemicals they can put in your fucking food. What the original poster was saying about the quality of chicken, fish, and meat here versus, I know he was talking specifically about Finland, but this is a Europe thing versus an America thing. I don't know what they're feeding them fuckers, but it ain't right. I can honestly say that I personally feel healthier now than I did when I moved here. And I sure as fuck feel safer.
Boom. So this is something I need for you guys to do because I'm starting to hear a lot. First of all, his commentary was funny.
Right.
Like the way he was expressing it. But anyway, I need you to drop in the comment section what is a health benefit that you have obtained by living outside of America? Because I'm hearing a lot of things that the food is so much better and cleaner.
Do not say everything.
Yeah, don't do what he did. Yeah,
don't say everything.
Don't do that.
Let's have some real conversations about this. Okay.
Big facts. Yeah.
Who've been to or traveled to Europe, what's something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
Living in Europe for the last couple of years has taught me more than anything that the propaganda surrounding the United States being the best country on earth does one of two things. It either makes you complacent in being taken advantage of by the oligarchs, or it villainizes you for speaking out against your exploitation. But walking around saying you're the best country on earth does nothing to improve the country itself. But saying that you're the best country on earth really helps keep those who are in power, and those voices who are suppressed continue to be suppressed.
Wow.
Americans who've been
Okay,
to or
so
wow.
I ain't never ever in my life have ever said nothing like that. Like you have to be honest with yourself, with your surroundings, with your life, where you are. Like you gotta call some stuff out.
Yeah.
I can't say that, this is the greatest.
Yeah.
First of all, I haven't been to other countries to say what is greater than this or greater than I can't honestly say that. But there's a lot that needs to be improved.
100%. Yeah.
Even from, being a child, learning about, history, and now being that there's a lot of things in politics, and I hate talking about politics, but there's a lot of things that's changing to where children won't know about certain things in history because it offends other people to have it taught in schools. And if I wasn't taught some of the things that I was taught in schools, I wouldn't know certain things.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm trying to say it respectfully, but because 4 generations ago, life in America was this way, and I have a 90-year-old grandmother who remembers certain things, and
that you would never you know what I'm saying?
So it's like that's why I've never ever felt that way. I've always respected the country that I'm in because I have a grandmother who came here as an immigrant, and I have to respect why she came here. And I have to, just appreciate her for me being here and having the opportunities that I've had. And I know there's the same opportunities in another place, but you gotta have some place of respect for where you are.
Yeah.
That's why I would never say I hate this country. I would never ever hear
You would
me
never
say
hear
that.
that come off her lips.
And you never will hear me say that this is the greatest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that coming up, it wasn't drilled into my head that America will always be the greatest that you will ever land your feet on. You feel me?
Right.
Because if that was the case, then it would exempt me from loving other countries or wanting to experience them.
Wanting to.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that it wasn't ever drilled in our heads that way, now we're in a position of life like we're doing now that we're listening to all these people on TikTok and we're opening up our minds even more to be like, you know what? I gotta go out there and see what I'm missing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go experience it. Because we want our children to be well-traveled and well-rounded and not, we don't want to be like those videos about what continent you on. And they can't even name the continent. They can't even name the country that they're in. Like they can't even name capitals. Like, no, we want our children to be well-rounded human beings.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Knowledgeable.
So, yeah.
Something Europe has changed in your mind and now you can't let go.
I could write a novel about my experiences.
Write
I'm going
it.
to talk about one specifically. I went to Finland back in December and decided to take the bus across town. I was horrified when I saw these very, very small children get on the bus completely by themselves.
talking
They were
about it,
probably
see?
like 7 and 5 years old. My first thought was they're lost, they lost their parents, they're in danger, they need help, but they were totally fine. They were carrying sleds, they were laughing, they were joking around, and then they got off the bus. And it's because Finland is one of the safest countries in the world. Parents there are not worried about their children getting kidnapped or anything bad happening to them, really, because it's very rare. I know a parent in the state of New York who got charged with child abuse for letting their 10-year-old kid ride the New York City subway.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, me as a black woman, if I decide to have a child, obviously they're going to be black. There's going to come a day where I have to explain to them that it's not okay for them to sit outside and play with their toys because they could get shot by the police. That's the US for you.
Yeah. Hey, you know what else though, man? I think that everybody should at least take the opportunity to go outside the country and see what other countries are doing, how they're raising their kids,
Right.
how they're living, how they're eating, so you can get out of the mindset of what it is that your current situation. We have to kind of put ourselves in position to want to relearn what we already know.
Right. And that brings me up to a comment. Y'all know I stay in the comment section because y'all gotta understand, we're not just sitting up here just recording a video, just talking. No, we are helping people get through their days.
Facts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm always in the comment section, and that brings me up to this comment that we received. It was by a troll. He was like, I get the feeling that you're just scared of everything. No, it's not that I'm scared of everything. It's that I live in America. There's American laws that I have to abide by because I live in America. I cannot just say, hey, my children could just go walk to school across the highway. I can't do that.
It won't work. No.
I get locked up.
No.
I get charged. Okay? It's not about fear. It's about I have to abide by a law. Like I abide by law.
Yeah. Come step foot out here and see. You'll see what we got going on. Because, like, how you putting it out there is like people will hear that and be like, oh, that just sounds so crazy that you even have to think on such a way of living that your kids can't even go outside and just walk across the park or down the street and you get in trouble. Like, it's real life that way. Like, hands down. Exactly how you put it.
I remember there was a case when a girl, like, she was running late for work. So she called an Uber for one of her children to go to school. And the baby got in the car not the baby, but the girl got in the car by herself, and she ended up getting charged for it. And it's like, in other countries, that's like the norm, so it's just culture differences.
Big difference. Big difference.
What's something Europe has changed in your mind and now you can't let go?
Well, I won't go bankrupt if I get sick in Europe, and I won't be poisoned by that country's food supply. I won't be subjected to laws and policies that harm marginalized groups. I won't live in a rapidly deteriorating political environment that's slowly stripping away your personal freedoms and rights. I won't be force-fed somebody else's religious beliefs when I may think something differently. I can actually walk outside and breathe clean air. I can see people having access to free education, so they're a smarter society, a healthier society. And finally, I can feel like I'm part of something bigger, like being in a community where people actually give a shit about one another.
Come on now. Okay.
Okay.
Americans who've been to or traveled to Europe, what's something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
They're so scared of guns, dude. Like, they are so freaking scared that every American has some guns. But they don't even question the fact that people walk around their country throwing acid in people's faces. Like, it's just fucking normal.
Please don't.
And they have,
God.
fucking full-blown tits on the news. That was weird.
Wait, what you say?
Somebody put their tits on the news?
Hold up.
That's some good. But they don't even question the fact that people walk around their country throwing acid in people's faces. Like, it's just fucking normal. And they have, fucking full-blown tits on the news. That was weird.
Tits? What you say?
Americans
I ain't get the last part, y'all.
What's something
Sounds
Europe has
tits.
changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
I've spent about 3.5 years in Europe, mostly living in Slovenia, but also traveling extensively east and west. And I also lived in Italy for about 4 months. Europe has changed me in every way, but I'd say the most profound and fundamental is the prioritization of values. Europeans prioritize friends, family, and community. Americans prioritize careers and success. That's very evident when you go back and forth just by the way people spend their time and have conversations. In Slovenia, I was meeting my friends every day in the center at 4 p.m. to have coffee and shoot the shit. Americans are much more focused on their careers, and it's harder to do that. We're also much more spread out. But I believe that I was happier there, people were happier there, and that makes me think that they are more in tune with the way we should be living.
Americans who've been to or
Okay.
traveled to Europe,
Hold on. Yeah, I know how I feel about generalizations.
Say it.
Okay, so I think that that's not every American. Every American doesn't, put their work before anything. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have taken the paths that we have taken.
Right.
You know, our number one value is our marriage and our children and our family. So, yeah, I can't wholeheartedly agree with him there, but I do understand about the Europeans' way of life, even with how they go out to eat dinner. They make it an experience.
They last all day.
Right, they're actually enjoying the company of
Yeah,
their
yep.
family and friends. I do understand that, but again, there's so many different cultures in America, so there's not just no one American culture. There's so many different cultures.
And if you really want to just simplify all of that, I think it's just for the ones, there's people who can, there's people who can't.
Okay.
There's the budget gap. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that can and people that can't. The people that can probably have the income where they can move around freely,
Right.
where they can call up a family member or they can meet up with friends and they can be
Right.
like, yeah, let's chill out for hours of the day and not care about life because
Right.
we can not worry about nothing. We good. And then you got people who can't, who have to hustle, that
Right.
grind mentality.
Grind
And
mentality.
they don't have time to hang around with friends or
Right.
chit chat like they want to, and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I think that's just what it is.
Yeah. Social class,
Yep, that's what it
And-
is.
cultural differences
Yeah.
within America.
Something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go.
I went to Europe in 2018 when I graduated college.
She
and
loved
myself when I toured. I was there for about a month, but because I knew I was going to be traveling so much, I had only packed a carry-on. And I was so excited. By the time I got to Europe, I realized I didn't pack my hairbrush. And at the time, my hair was much longer, and I was wearing a wash and go for this trip. So anyway, while I was traveling,
Oh,
I met
I saw that
friends,
picture.
and I told them
was
I
quick.
need to find a hairbrush. They were like, oh, let's go to the supermarket. And I was like, no, I need a different brush. It's not the same. I know it when I find it. When I tell you I spent the entire month searching for a hairbrush for
Okay.
black hair, my hair looked crazy. Nobody knew because it was. It made me realize that even though I complain about America all the time, I still have access to hair products that are made for me. Braids next time.
Americans who've been to
That's
or traveled
different.
to Europe. What's something you
That's different. That's different. That's different. And that is one of the things that, like, you know, when we do go travel abroad, I would love to, you know, meet up with some people there, especially expats, you know, like, how do they navigate, you know, that's culture differences.
Yeah, that's big.
I would need some hair products.
Me too.
You know, I'm gonna need some hair
I'll
products.
just use yours.
What if I ain't got none?
You gonna find some.
We're gonna make some.
Are we gonna do something about it? Gonna have to order it. Something gonna have to shake. But that's different, yeah. Like, I'm glad she even put that out there because like, you just never know what there is less of in different locations.
Yeah.
Though everything look like it's glam, dude, there may be less of things that you're used to.
and now you can't let go?
Very simple. Public transport. You can't tell me in the majority of U.S. cities that people openly take public transport and are confident, feel safe, feel like it can get them anywhere. Public transport, 100%. Like, I don't know what I would do without public transport in the UK. Even if I got a car, the idea that you can jump on a train to get from one side to the next side of the city, the idea that even from a standpoint of like trains and transportation in general is just much better in European countries. Like, if you disagree with it.
Americans. who've
So
been to or
basically,
traveled
just as
to
real
Europe.
quick, she's basically saying that she don't have a vehicle and that she preferred to just get on trams and just go back and forth. And in the U.S. that it's not likable to have transportation. If you do have it, people are really not going to use it as much because of safety reasons.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I think that's what she was going at. I think
that's what
an
it
angle
sounds
of
like.
it. I think that's an
what
angle.
it sounds like. See, we didn't live in a big city like New York or, you know, like the up north cities. You know, even Dallas, like, we have our own vehicle, so we haven't really traveled on their public transportation stuff. I don't know. I am just really curious. Like, if you are a parent, you know, how do y'all navigate, you know, getting a diaper bag, getting a stroller, a car?
Yeah.
Do y'all have car seats? I mean, do you need it if you don't have a car? I mean,
that's good.
like, how do y'all navigate that? Because for me, you know, I would just, I guess, feel more comfortable just knowing that, hey, my baby have her car seat. She can get in the car. You know, I can put my stroller in the trunk. You know, my children are in the car. Everybody's comfortable. We can listen to our music. We can talk. I mean, I guess, you know, I don't know.
No, that's a good
I
question.
couldn't imagine not having my own vehicle.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I would like to know that for all the moms
Yeah. And dads.
and dads.
So I've had the luxury of being in Sweden for about like 4 months now. And the first thing I noticed when I got here was the quality of the food. The quality of the food is so much better than what it is back home in the U.S. Even the fucking McDonald's, like, you can tell the food is real, like, it's real chicken, it's real beef, it's real fucking food. And compared to back home, nah.
Oh, wow.
Like, we have a lot more options of, like, fast food and all that type shit back home, but the quality of the food is just so much better here. It's fresh, it's real, and back home, hell no. Like, I would never eat Burger King back home, but here in Sweden, it just tastes so fucking good for some reason. Also, the safeness. Like, I have not felt unsafe, not once, while I've been here in Gothenburg, so, yeah.
Americans who've been to or traveled to Europe. What's something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
Hey, I was born and raised in America. I came to the UK when I was 21. I broke my ankle not long after I got here and had a full operation, full physiotherapy for months, was looked after by doctors for months. Do you know how much it cost me?
Not much.
Nothing. It cost me nothing.
Right? Zero.
I had my daughter here. I had full prenatal care. I tried to have a home birth, and I had a few teams of midwives and a doctor in attendance at my home. It turned into an emergency. I was taken to hospital and ended up having her in the hospital. And you know how much it cost me? Nothing. Yes, I do pay national insurance, but it's like
I don't know, 10 pounds a month or something. I don't know, maybe it's more. I'm not sure what I pay, but it's not very much. And my healthcare is free.
Americans who've been to or traveled to Europe, what's something Europe has changed in your mind that now you can't let go?
Okay, I could do 100 of these, but I'm going to start with politics. See, in America, what we think we have is this. A nice equal system where the extreme left and the extreme right are basically the same distance apart. But in reality, if you're going to be on the extreme right, which you basically have to be if you're going to be in the Republican Party, basically anybody to the left of you looks like a communist by comparison. Now, I would say this is the European model. Now, these people over here, your Trumps, your QAnons, to them, this person, who's to the right of even the most staunch anti-government European, probably looks like a socialist by comparison. And the problem that brings for somebody who's actually on the left is that there's no way to compromise with somebody who's this far away from you on the spectrum without some of your beliefs or actions falling somewhere in the far right wing. What that means in a practical sense is, when these people say it's okay for cops to kill black people in the street, is how we end up with a president whose extreme left view is to shoot them in the leg and not the heart.
Tell me an item you bought that you were greatly disappointed in.
Ooh, child. Okay, so...
Bruh, you better stop.
Again, Dion and I choose not to, discuss political beliefs here because, first of all, what we believe in is none of your business, and we don't really much care who you vote for. We don't care. Okay.
It is what it is.
We do not care. We do our part as citizens, and we hope that you do the same. There is no reason for us to be fighting over it. There's no reason for us to be, wanting to.
Right. It just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Like, you have this thing that's going on around the environment, and then you get upset with the next person because they don't have the same idea or thought pattern as you. Yeah. So you want to fight them or fuss with them or make them angry or feel uncomfortable because you thought a way that you thought they was going to think like, and they didn't. Yeah. So now you're in two different idea brackets.
Yeah, that's like that time when we was in Walmart after the presidential election, and that guy came up to you. He was like, he won, and we're like, we're shopping for groceries.
It was weird. Like, it was so weird how he opened the conversation because it was just, I can't even go back.
Hey, how you doing?
It was just so weird, bro.
Like,
I can't even tell you guys about it. That's how weird it was.
It's like, oh, okay. Like, what?
I walked around.
Yeah. So we ain't even gonna get into the politics because, again, you have a right to your opinion. We have a right to ours, and it's none of your business.
Yeah.
So, we hope you all enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super things.
Yes, check it out.
And we have our mailing address down in the comment section below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.